Hello, everybody. It's Magic Jones, and today I will be using some snare sampling, and I'll explain the reason behind this. So the drums were tracked earlier today, and I really like the take. The take was pretty good, and got all the video and the audio and everything done. Got my new snare heads, my new drum heads, actually put on, and they sound fantastic. So yeah, hey Jenny Chung, welcome. Thank you so much. And oh wow, Aldwin Talent Scout, Jared Peck. We've got a lot of people just following. Hey, Victor Reyes, what's up, man? So yeah. Yeah. Appreciate that. So we've got 10 tracks here. We've got 10 tracks of drums, and this is the latest Unite the Divide song. It's the 7th song that we're working on. And really like how it is turning out. And yeah, we've got kick, snare, bottom, rack 1, rack 2, and floor, and then overhead 1 and 2, which is right and left, and these are in coincident pair stereo configuration, and then room 1 and room 2, which are spaced pair. And this is what it sounds like. And if we listen to that in context, so they sound good, but I really like the way the snare sounds. I really do. I mean, it sounds really good. It's a fresh head. I think I had played 2 previous takes before, and yeah, it was just really good. But there's a problem, and I don't quite know how to fix this problem. Hey, what's up, Ronnie G? Good to see you. Hey, Dave. Good to see you too, man. Oh, we got Samantha Lee's Originals. Welcome. Thank you for dropping by, Samantha. Good to see you. And so during the pre-chorus, I play the ride cymbal a lot, and it seems that there was some ride cymbal creep in my snare mic. Which, I wish that there wasn't. I wish so badly that there wasn't. But there is. And there's nothing I can do to get rid of it unless I want to get rid of the top end of the snare. Because I can't, I really want that crack. I love the way the snare drum came out in this. But there's, like I said, there's a little bit of ultra high end. We're talking like 10K and above of ride in some of these hits. And one thing I could do is get a sample of my snare where there is none, where there's no ride cymbal, and replace it. But I think that using a snare that I'm really comfortable with already, and just using the high end of that snare, and then cropping out some of the high end on my snare will produce a snare sound that is pretty awesome. So, yeah. Hey, Easton Beasley, what's up? Thank you for stopping by. So anyway, this is going to be a little bit of a technical stream, and hopefully it doesn't take too terribly long because I'm kind of tired, but I just really wanted to stream this. So let's find the snare that has the problem. It's probably going to be in this pre-chorus and part of the chorus here. So. So you can tell that there's a little bit of the high end of a ride cymbal through this pre-chorus. It's even more pronounced later on in this pre-chorus over here. Yeah. Ronnie G says, "Where are you, Jason? I can't see ya." I am here in my studio, Ronnie, and the camera is down in the live room. I haven't brought it up from the session where I did the drums, so I will be hiding behind the veil of black for this session. So anyway, let's do this. Maybe this won't work. Maybe I'll need to find a different solution, but my guess is it'll work out. So first thing we do is we bring in a snare drum, and instead of using a sample, I use a kit that I have been using for like a long time. It's called Studio Drummer. I really like yeah. So let's see here. So there's a lot of reverb on the hard rock preset of this kit. But the cool thing is I'm not stuck with anything. I can change the sound of this snare. I think it even has, it's got an A and B sounding snare. I really like the A. I've used the B in a couple of things, but I just don't think that that's going to be necessary with this song. So I'm going to use the A setting. And once we've got that, let's do snare trigger. Studio One has this really cool function that I love. We've got the snare track here, and what it does is we click on quantize, and then we go up to groove. And groove has this little window that is a magic window. And I just drag this up there, and it detects the transients, and then creates a MIDI file for me, which is amazing. And so that's done. The only thing that is sometimes a problem with this is it gets too dynamic of a performance, and maybe that's me. Maybe that's because I play so dynamically. But if you'll look in the MIDI, we've got all sorts of different variances in the volume of the hits, and that usually doesn't translate very well. So also right now, that is not a snare, that is a kick. And so we've got to select everything with a Control A, and then we go down. I usually use either D or E, which well, let's do E. It's got a little more resonance in there, and so there. Now we've got a a list of all of the triggers, all of the MIDI triggers down there, and let's see how it just works. Love to see you guys chat. You guys are awesome. Hope everybody's doing all right, coming out of COVID. So the first thing is we've got to mute the snare bottom and the snare top so that all I'm hearing is the trigger. I really, really like the body of the snare that I've got down there. The snare I played is a Supraphonic, a Ludwig Supraphonic from it's 1971, and it works really well. I love, especially with a brand new head. All right. So, in the beginning, I kind of like how that sounds. That snare just fits with my kit. It really does. So we've got that hit there and about there, and we've got two hits in between here that weren't captured. That will go and we'll take down. Yep. So this is also yep. So that snare is alive and well in between each hit. So we've got the tom hit there. We're good. So let's bring these up a little bit. And we'll duplicate that and bring that over there. Man, that just mixes so well. Gosh. So we got... Yeah. Nope. Yes, Ronnie, I still have not got that into Patreon. I've thought about it a couple of times, but these last few days have been fairly crazy. And we do the same thing here. Bring those up just a little bit. Yeah, Easton Beasley says, I'm surprised you're using MIDI drums instead of your kit. Yeah, I explained earlier why I am doing that, and I have plans of using everything but the ultra high end portion of my snare, my original snare, and this snare mixes so well with my kit that I'll probably be using the 10K and above of this snare, and then the 10K and below of my snare. There's just some problems with the ride cymbal creeping into the snare mic, and for this song, Separation is absolutely key. And I want this song to pop. I can honestly say I have not put as much effort into drums on any previous song, except this one. One, it's incredibly fun to play, and two, I had to reprogram parts of my brain, parts of my rhythmic brain, to be able to play this beat, and I've got it memorized. Like I can play it like almost identically, time in and again. And I usually can't do that. I just get the feel, and then I play it differently every time. This one, there are things that need to happen. Easton, yes, it is because of the DM20. That is exactly right. So this gets louder. And at the end here, we're going pretty loud here. Yeah. So the snare is way too loud, as it is. There we go. Yeah. Yeah. Nope. Those are going all the way to the top. Yeah, all of these are going all the way to the top. Yeah. So, one of the problems that I'm going to have working with this is flams. It doesn't get the flams, and the flams in this song are quite important. So we've got one flam in there, and that's right here. And the way that I take care of flams is quite simple, actually. Whoops, definitely don't want to do that. Go like that, so that this lines up with this, so that, yeah, you see that line up there. We got the second hit right here, and we need that second hit to line up right there. So we just do that, and I think that that'll do it. Let's see. Yep, same thing. Got to make sure they're all there's another flam. So about right there. Still like the variation. One thing I really like about this Studio One is the smallest measurement makes a fairly large difference in the tone of the sample. Yep. And there's another flam. And Just do that. Yeah, I'm every time I do this, I'm scared that I won't like the result. Like right now, the only snare we are hearing is what's coming out of the overheads and the trigger, and it sounds really good. And so I go like this. So all of these need to be. Oh, another flam. Right here. That flam. Because not all flams are the same. The same time. I mean, they're close, but they're not the exact same time. I measure them in the track editor there. Nope. Don't know why that one was there. There's another flam. There's kind of adjusting, adding a little bit of variance and randomness in the velocity of the hits. Hold on a minute. Is that not a flam? I could have swore that would be a flam. Hold on a minute. Nope, that is definitely not a flam. I might make that a flam though, because that's nice. There's another flam there. So as soon as I get done with the chorus here, we'll test the whole theory of me using the top end for the trigger and the bottom end of the body and the bottom end of the real snare. So that's right there. Yep. Yep, from here on out, I'm pretty sure we're gonna... Oh, come on, be nice. There we go. Is that a flam? Ooh, look at that. Oh, man, I'm proud of that. Yep. That just happened to turn out exactly, volume-wise, exactly what I wanted. need this one. And there it is again. Look at that. Love that. Huh. Two flams. And this one is also a flam. Then we're off to verse 2. All right. So let's see what we've done here. And this is remarkably easy. So let's see how they mix, just in general. Oh, that's a double hit there. I was like, what is going on there? So let's make that a double hit. So now what I can do is go into the snare and, oh boy, let's bring this down here. Working on one screen is just not super fun, but that's okay. Ooh, excuse me. Excuse me. Easton says, which mic would you recommend for vocals the most? SM7B or the Bluebird? Let's see here. I'm using the SM7B right now. Let me see what the Bluebird is. Oh. So the Bluebird is a large diaphragm condenser, it looks like. And yeah, it's a large diaphragm condenser for a little bit less than the SM7B. Boy, they're gonna sound tremendously different. I can tell you that right now. The SM7B is a dynamic mic. One of the best dynamic mics in production, is my opinion. And the Bluebird. Blue is a great company. The Blue Bottle is a very coveted microphone. It's on the pricier end of the spectrum at $6,000. But yes, I don't know. I mean, Blue's a good company. I don't know anything about the Bluebird, but I can tell you that it will probably be pretty dramatically different than the SM7B. So it really depends on the voice, the room, Like the Bluebird will get more of the room sound, where the SM7B is more of a close proximity mic. And so the room will matter less with the SM7B. But if you've got a great sounding room, then you want the microphone to pick it up. And so the Bluebird might be a better choice there. There's a lot of variables. It depends on the voice, really. Really depends on the voice. If you want your vocals to be a little more, I hesitate to use this word, but more muted, the SM7B tends to do that. It doesn't make the top end all crystal clear and sparkly. There's a little bit more of a mid push in the 7B. Generally, again, I've never heard the Bluebird, so I don't know much about it. But just in general, the large diaphragm condensers will pick up a lot more of the high end and make them sound a lot more sparkly, more glittery. But I can say that the SM7B takes EQ very well. So anyway, great question. Thanks for asking that, Easton. Yeah, the Bluebird, Ronnie G says that the 6,000 way too much, buddy. He's not talking about that though. The Bluebird is $300. The bottle, it's called the Blue Bottle, is 6,000. It's a highly sought after microphone. It's a very, very high end. And if you talk to studio owners that use it, it's very worth it. But anyway. Okay, did I do this already? I think I did. Yep. Wow. Man, that just sounds really, really good. So what I'm going to do here is this is my snare. We've got a VMR on it. Looks like it's this is the gate. This is the magical gate. And this is an EQ, compressor, and a mastering. It adds shimmer and thickness to the sound. I really like that. Pro Q3, this is taking care of the DM20 high-end problem. And then Pro EQ is just another EQ that is adding a little bit of top end, reducing a little bit of low end of that snare. So what I'm going to do, so I don't mess up any of the current EQ, is I'm actually going to add another EQ to this. I normally wouldn't have 3 multi-band parametric EQs on the same instrument, but that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to just put a high cut. There we go, see? But if you mix it with the trigger, and I do the exact opposite with on this one, and see, this prop end well. But just to see what all of the body out of that trigger. Jelly Duck, what's up, man? I love those fantastic. Good to see you, buddy. Let's see. So we've got this will just make the very high end come out of this trigger. So yeah. But then we add the body of the real snare. So that's a lot thinner. Now let's add the bottom mic to this snare. Ooh. Oh my gosh. That sounds really good. So that is rough. Like this is a very quick way to do this. I undoubtedly will be spending um, a lot more time making sure that these frequencies that I'm cutting that I'm cutting the high end off of the original snare and cutting all of the body out of the snare trigger to make sure that I'm getting the best. But that worked out better than I had hoped. And so let's listen to the beginning through verse 2, or through the first chorus on this. Okay, so right off the bat, we can see that this is.
You know the window that Colin threw the chair at?
No.
That's broken?
Yes.
Taped up. One of the pieces of tape fell off. So
Okay.
I don't know how to put it back on.
All right, we'll go take care of it. Thanks for that. Is there like a danger?
No, it fell back into the weeds, so.
Oh, okay. Thanks, man. All right. So the snare in and of itself is now just a little bit loud, and I've got to figure out why. I've got to figure out what is loud. We got three elements. We got the snare, the original snare top, the snare trigger, and the original snare bottom, and the three of them are a little bit too much. Okay, so let's just turn all of them down. They're cutting through a little bit much. Okay, so we've got that done from verse 1 to verse 2, which is what, 1/3 of the song, which is great, and that is about it for tonight.